Hello, I'm back basically for Blender car interior. I'm back basically for a Blender car interior modeling tutorial basically. Actually Blender basically car texture mapping tutorial. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on this. I'm going to go into the tab menu in here. And one of the things I'm going to do is go into up here. And I'm going to apply a new texture right here. And this one is, let's say we're going to basically make this, what color should we make this? Let's make this like, let's say like, blue texture or whatever. Let's make this green. How about yellow? We're going to do this yellow texture. Yellow texture, or we can call this like yellow silver. How about that? So now we have that as yellow silver. So what we would do is we would go into the diffuse. We would change this into a different color, like let's say like yellow. But I should basically go into here and go maximize selection like that. Like that. Make that as light as possible. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to select these right here. And just select these right here. Or we can just go into here and, yeah, we're just going to select these right here. And we're just going to go CTR inverse like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and go mirror right here. And select that and put that at 4 right there. Like that. Around 4 right there. So we have that now selected right there. And now we're just going to go assign like that. CTR inverse. And now we're just going to go into here and put that silver color. Silver color we're going to call that. And now we're just going to go into mirror and put that at around 5. Like that. And just go assign that right about there to that texture. But what we're going to do is we're going to go A. So we're going to deselect all of that. Make sure that what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into here and lower down the view of the subsurface. Just go into here. And now we're just going to go loop selection right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that all this loop selection is, make sure this all this is selected. So it's just good all this is selected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into mean crease. And we're going to increase that. And now when we go into here, subsurface smoothing, you don't see that problem like you do right there with the actual object right there coming out. That's actually aligned perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out of isolation mode. Just go into here, I think. And now I'm just going to go isolate again. And we're going to do the exact same thing for all of this. We're going to go tab, A. And now what I'm going to do is going into here and go new. And we're just going to apply the yellow texture like that. And just go tab, select that. Tab, select this right here. And now we're just going to go yellow right here. Tab. And now we select that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, I think. And just going to go CTR inverse, hide. And we're just going to select that. Actually, I'm just going to go into here and smart projection. And that actually I'm just going to actually go Alt H like that. And I want to select this, like that. And this. But I want to make sure I have the proper pictures for this. So this is what I'm looking for. So this right here is going to be pretty much the same color as this. So that's the way I want to have it. Or I'm just going to put this more like a silver color. Let me try to see. So yeah, that's going to be like the same color right here. And actually I'm just going to go into here and just go smart projection. Just to unwrap this quickly. New image. And I'm going to put this at 3000 by 3000. Like that. So that's all the smart projection right there for the object. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be texture mapping this. So yeah, we're going to go into here and first of all, we're going to select this. And we're going to apply the yellow texture like that. And then we're just going to select this and just apply, let's say for example, the silver texture like that. And this right here, we're just going to go into here and we're going to create a new texture and we're going to call this black plastic. Black plastic. Black plastic right here. Black plastic. Black plastic. And we're just going to apply the texture right into here. So what I'm probably going to do is go into, first of all, what I'm going to do is going into my tabs, texture art. These are all the different textures. So I want to take this and use this for one of the textures, texture art, and just place that in there. And just also go into let me try to see what they have. So these are all the textures I use basically for like what I usually do. I have everything right here. So yeah, I have everything. So I can just take these two right here. And just go into here. And just place that, let's say right in here. Like that. And it automatically places all these textures right in there. So these are all my textures I would use for mainly the Honda Civic. These are all the textures I use for the car itself. So these are all the textures I have that I've did over the years. And these are the textures I would mainly use for the car itself. Just waiting until that loads up. Let me pause this first. So all the texture mapping is all done. So these are all the textures I use for my cars. These are all the textures I did over the years. These are the textures I did for my Alfa Romeo car right here. These were the texture maps I did for my Kawasaki. And these are all the texture maps I did over the years. So that's what it looks like, some of the textures. This is what I did on GIMP. So enough with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and select an image. Go into G right here, I think. Go into Model, Honda Civic, Texture. And I'm just going to start off with this. Like that. So these are all my textures I did. So I'm just going to select the right texture. And I want to select like plastic right here. So this is a texture I want to select right there. It's a plastic texture, and I want to just go into here and go, make sure I'm on texture mode. And now I just want to go into here and just go apply like that. And I'm just going to go into here and go number 2 to know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to apply the same texture like this. Like that. And just go color normal. Bring that down to 1.3. Like that. So that's just about right. I might want to actually end up scaling this down a bit, I think. Put this from UV to global, or maybe actually end up, so, and then I'm just going to do the exact same thing with this. put this to global right there. Like that. So I have it at global right like that. And I have this like global like that. So we just leave that exactly like that, I think. Around 2, 2. Two. Silver texture. Silver texture. And I'm just going to go into here and apply like that. And just apply this. Like that. So we have that now done. And now I'm just going to go into here and go into silver. And go into the silver texture and what else I'm going to do. I'm just going to actually put this to a mirror times 4. Actually put the mirror to around 2 like that. Because this is going to be kind of a light silver, so we're going to do 2 textures. Going to call this silver texture. Silver texture. And what else we're going to do? So we're just going to apply that. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to actually apply this silver texture right here. This JPEG silver texture. And we're going to actually apply what else? Go back one more. And we're going to apply the normal map. So this is a normal map right here that we have right here. So now we're going to take off color. We're going to go into here. And we're going to bring that to 2 right there. So now I'm just going to go into here and apply that like that. And now I'm just going to go into here and just go scale that times 5. Like that. Like that. And do the exact same thing for this. I'm going to do this 5, 5, like that. And maybe just go to the top right here. And set this to image, normal. Like that. Like that pretty much. And bring that up to around 6. 6. Kind of like that. So we have that now set in place. That looks exactly like that, so I'm just going to bring that to 1000. This is one of the ways you can texture map. I'm just trying to get out the general idea of what the UVs would look like, so I'm just going to go into image, bring that to 1000. Kind of like that. And I'm just going to go into the top right here. Because when I bait the texture map on this, we want this to look right. So we're going to set this to global like that. And we're going to set this also to global like that. So that looks exactly like that right there. And then after we just bait the texture map itself right on here. So we have that piece already done. So we go out of that. So we have the side piece right here already done, I think. And now we're just going to go into here and go tab and just select these. And we're just going to go into here and go new layer, bake, like that. So we have that. And we're just going to select this too as well. Out of that. Tab, A for select, new layer, new shader. And we're just going to add yellow right there. And now we're going to select this, tab, like that, like that, tab, add a selection, face, like that, go into here, add yellow, and go into this one, and we're going to add the silver color. We're going to assign the silver color. We're going to go CTR inverse, like that. And now we're just going to go tab, and now we're going to select this, and we're going to go crease like that, and crease that. And now we're going to select this. We're going to go into here, tab, and now we're going to select this, select that, and now we're going to select this entire thing right here. And now we're going to select these edges right here, and we're going to actually go into here, and we're just going to go unwrap, smart projection, like that. Actually, we're going to select this, go unwrap, smart projection, like that. And just select this. Like that. Now we're just going to add a new texture, black plastic. And just go apply to that. Go into here, solid. we're going to go inverse, and now we're just going to apply a new texture. We're going to do yellow silver like that, and now we're just going to select this, and now we're just going to go crease like that. Exactly like that. And now we're going to select this, and now we're going to go tab. We're going to go into here, and we're going to select that too. And we're going to go smart projection, like that. And now we're just going to select this, and I'm going to add a new texture into here, and I'm going to call this rest texture. And the new one is just going to be silver, I think. Silver texture. And this one is going to be just rust. And we're just going to go into here and make sure we're on the right one. Rust 1. Make sure we're on texture mode. Now we're just going to go into here and select a rust texture that we want. So you want to select the right texture. So this is a rust texture we have right here. So that's the seamless rust texture we have. And now we're just going to go into here and just go assign like that. And now we're just going to go into here and kind of like go into texture map mode. And go into image. We're going to go into like here. And we're going to set this to global. Like that. Actually, we're going to set that to UV, like that. Generated, UV, global, box, cube, sphere. Actually, we're going to set that to UV, flat. So we have that, so now we're just going to put that at 3, like that. But we want to make that even more smaller, so we're going to put that at 5, like that. So that's all at 5 right there. So we're just going to leave that the way it is. Go into here, sign texture, that looks about right. I'm actually gonna go into UV, and I'm just gonna put this from global to, I'm gonna put that from global to UV. UV right there. So that's just left like that. Actually, I'm gonna actually go new. Silver 2. And just go into here and add silver texture. Silver. Got it at assign that. And now I'm just going to go UV, and I'm just going to add that to 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, like that, where it looks exactly like that. So we have that the way it is. Maybe we can actually increase that to 4, 4, like that, and that looks perfectly fine. We have that perfectly fine. So now I'm just gonna go into here, and that's one of the texture maps done. And let me see how long this is. I'm going to leave the doors basically for another tutorial. Like what I'm going to be basically doing in the next tutorial is I'm going to be working on the lights. And after the lights and after doing the windows and stuff like that right here, then we're going to work on baking each of these textures right onto UV map and UV texture map. So we're going to take a lot of these textures, we're going to bake all these textures a UV texture map, and then we're just going to kind of like apply different properties and how to do UV texture mapping. And I guess that's going to be it for this tutorial. On the next tutorial, I'm going to work more on the windows right here, getting those textures done, and then the lights, and then I'm going to work on more baking the texture, I think, in this, and baking each of the texture. Some of the textures I can bake and some of the textures I can't, like, yeah, so that's what we're going to work on in the next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe, please give me likes. I actually did this tutorial because someone requested this tutorial. So I'm actually doing this tutorial because someone requested this tutorial, so that's why I'm kind of doing this tutorial. Let's see so far how this looks. I'm just going to render this out to see how it looks first. Let's see. It's taking a while to render, so I'm just going to go into here and pause this. And there we have it. This is exactly what the render actually looks like so far. You can actually see the textures added right there. Textures look good. Very good. And we filled this right here with kind of a black. Just to fill an empty space. And that's what it looks like so far. This is like the rust right here, which is normal to see rust at the very bottom of the car. And that's what the texture mapping of the car pretty much looks like right there. But when I'm going to render this out, basically the best way to render this out is rendering with cycles render. And basically you have to learn how to use nodes and like apply the node texture maps to the nodes and all that. And that's like a whole totally different tutorial itself. So that's a totally different tutorial itself for render nodes and stuff. But this is what the actual car looks like right now, pretty much. Wish some of the texture is done. But this is far from complete, the texture mapping. The texture mapping on this is way far from complete. But this is what it would look like. Oh, this is one of the ways what it would look like once it's texture mapped. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I really hope this tutorial helps you out. Please subscribe. Please give me likes, whatever. If you like this tutorial, I hope you like this tutorial, and I hope this tutorial helps you out in future projects. Thanks, goodbye.